It is back to school time, and unfortunately, kids go back to school with a smile on their face. They're looking forward to seeing their friends, starting the new year, but unfortunately, the peer pressure sets in.
Yes.
We have got Sara Listar-Guest here. She is the marriage and family therapist at Southwest Behavioral and Health Services. It's always nice when you're on the show. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm feeling good.
Good.
We're going to have some fun talking about this because this is so
Yes.
relatable for so many people, especially when they have teenagers going to school and even younger.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Dealing with peer pressure. So let's talk a little bit about what actually peer pressure is.
So peer pressure is just the peers around us, and they can be influencing us to do something positive or negative, and it's going to influence the child's behavior or even adults' behavior.
Yeah, and sometimes it's that pressure that they don't even see coming, especially when they like somebody and they're friends with someone. You don't know if that's really pressure. You just think, oh, they just want me to conform to be a part of this group or something like that. It could be very subtle.
Yes, very much so. So we want to make sure that as parents, we know who our kids are hanging around, what are their values, and teaching our children. Be around children who have the same values as you, because if they're hanging around children that have maybe more advanced in certain areas, it's going to cause some peer pressure for your child to become more advanced in that area or experiment in that area, which your child may not be comfortable with.
And unfortunately, that's the lure, because when you're in school, you always see something that looks greener on the other side. You want the, to be with the reputation of the one that's a little bit badder, or someone who's, doing something that you think is intriguing, and that gets you in trouble. But that's the pressure. That's the lure.
Yes, that's exactly. And so we want to teach our children how to navigate around that, because sometimes it's not until they're in that situation that they realize, oh, I'm in over my head, and I need a way out. And so we want to teach our children those delay tactics, and teaching that it's okay to make an excuse and to say, I'm on medicine, I can't try that right now if they're being offered drugs, or let me think about that and I'll get back to you.
Nice.
And stuff. Teaching them those different tactics of when they do realize that they're in over their heads, because they're kids and they're learning, and sometimes they don't know those red flags, and as parents we can't be there all the time.
Everything is a growing curve, right? So let's talk about, it says 10% of teenagers are influenced by peer pressure, but 28% agree that if they give in to the peer pressure, it'll make their social standing that much better.
Yes, and it was actually 90%. Only 10% of kids said they've never experienced any form of peer pressure.
So scary.
So 28% of children say that it would help their social standing. Do you know 19% of children surveyed said that they would give up their phone while driving if their friends did?
Okay, so they just want to make sure that they're not the only ones being singled out. They want to have that influence of everybody being on the bandwagon, because no one wants to be separate from the group.
Right.
It's so scary. So what can parents do? How can they talk to their kids, or even sort of navigate them in a way to let them know that you really do need to take a stand and separate yourself?
So I think for parents, it's going to be open and listening. I hear a lot in my office of, you're at school to learn, not to socialize. But those topics, those socialization is what's preparing them for the real world. And so we want to be open as parents and hear what they have to say. We want to teach them, find children who have your same values, who have your same beliefs. As parents, the most that we can do is kind of watch and get to know their friends, and make sure that our children know we're a safe person to talk to. We may not agree with your choices, but we can talk it through.
We can talk it through, and we can work it out. SB&Hservices is a website. You want more information, we have a link on our website as well. AZ Daily Mix there. It's always nice when you're here. It just seems like we never have enough time.
I know.
Good information.